Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Beijing, China. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in China 2019 Group N classification round. Vitally important game between Tunisia and Angola. And really the classification games, probably the most important classification games of all time, certainly that I can remember, because these games have implications with respect to getting to the Olympics, direct qualifications for the Olympics. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Josh Davis. So, Josh, the team that wins this game is firmly in the hunt for a spot in the Olympics. Nigeria will play later tonight. They will be competing with Nigeria. Obviously, Angola, as well as Tunisia and Nigeria each have the same amount of wins. So one African spot directly goes to the Olympics. And if obviously you have a winner from this game, and if Nigeria wins, then it goes to place in the standings, and then it goes to points differential. So depending if Tunisia finish higher in the standings here than Nigeria over there, then Tunisia would get the nod. But anyway, we'll see how it all pans out at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, we heard Coach Palma in the press conference after their victory over the Philippines talk about how they were rooting for China. Obviously, if they're able to beat Nigeria tonight here in China, and if Tunisia can take care of business in Angola, then Tunisia's in. And that's obviously what's at stake here. Tunisia understand that they have to bring it. Once again, they played a phenomenal game against the Philippines on both sides of the floor, winning that one 86-67 in the first classification game. Meanwhile, Angola, they're looking to get back to their winning ways. Obviously, they do have one win here at the World Cup over the Philippines, which Tunisia also beat. And the other night against Iran, a bit of a tough one for them. They hung tight for quite a while, actually. That game was not decided by double figures. It was a 9-point loss for Angola. Not much scoring in that game, but defensive battle. Then Angola hopefully learned some things. Obviously, we saw a great performance from Carlos Moraes in that one. And they'll have to contend with another big man right there, similar to Hamed Haddadi from Iran. This Tunisia squad features Salah Mejri, who is obviously a superstar at the international level.
Yeah, both these teams really have some weapons, and we're going to see it. So this is what's happening today, Tunisia, Angola, and then we'll be doing the Iran-Philippines game tonight. Also, Iran still in the hunt for direct qualification, going up for that honor for the Olympics with China. And here are the standings in Group N. Tunisia, Iran, Angola, Philippines. So you can see that if Angola win today, they would get their second win. And then it would depend on Nigeria losing, and then points differential and place in the standings. But anyway, we're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
So, Tunisia国歌 Please remain standing for the national anthem of Tunisia.
Okay, the national anthems have been played. There's Mario Palma shaking hands with Will Voigt, of course. Palma on the right, Voigt on the left. Palma coached Angola for many years and led them to some of their greatest moments. AfroBasket titles and qualifications for big tournaments. And the players, they know each other from past competitions. And it is one of the premier rivalries, you would say, in African basketball. Those rich histories and whatnot. So Boris Krejci on the left from Slovenia, Yener Yilmaz from Turkey in the middle, and Harja Jaladri from Indonesia on the right. They will be refereeing for this game here today. And we'll get a look at the rosters and the lineups for both Angola and Tunisia.
So Angola featuring in their 8th World Cup. Obviously, that's the most for any African team. They'll be led in the starting 5. We mentioned Carlos Moraes, pretty much their most consistent player at this World Cup. Jacques Conceição in the backcourt with him, as well as Jose Antonio, the lefty shooter. Then inside, it's all about Yannick Moreira and Valdelicio Joaquim. Can those two be much more physical than they were? They got in foul trouble, both fouled out in the game against Iran. But this is their motor here. Carlos Moraes, you see him averaging 13.3 points per game, also getting heavy minutes. Had a really good game against Iran, 8 of 16 from the field for 17 points. Will Voigt mentioned that he would want his guard to get to the free throw line more. Only took 1 free throw in that game and knocked down 1 3-pointer as well. So he'll be, looked at as the focal point of the offense. Meanwhile, for Tunisia, it's a very veteran squad. This team's been together for a few years. There's a lot of chemistry, continuity. They had a dominant run through the World Cup qualifiers, winning 10 of the 12 games. This is their starting lineup. Omar Abada, the point guard. Murad El Mabrouk, a phenomenal shooter. Michael Rowe as well. Then the captain, Makram Ben Ramdan, inside alongside the big man. And when we say big, Salah Mejri, 7'1", 2'12", 2'17", I should say. And he can do it all in terms of feeding him in the post, the high post. He can dish. He's averaging almost 16 points and 11 rebounds per game, playing nearly 30 minutes. Got a little bit of foul trouble early against the Philippines, but despite that, still went 6 of 7 for the field, finished with 12 points and 12 rebounds, and essentially was a pretty straightforward victory for Tunisia.
Same thing. If you got him on your back, wait and see. Okay? So if you can hit it, great. If not, pass the key. Era posta, después espera, ¿ok? Por Carlos espera también, Vander, Leandro también, right?
Okay. So, no question about it. It's in God, it's on us, okay? It's very important issue. Second thing, we need to defense very hard. We know how they play, so we need to press the ball. The guy who's going to play is not a strong guy, he's not a guy, so you can give him space and help. When you don't have the ball, you help, okay? Because he's not a shooter, okay? You shoot to you defense the guy, the shooter, take care, you knock up. You are the guy on, and when he comes here, you're going to try to penetrate, you defense him well, okay? You defense the guy, and you defense the other guy. Let's go.
One thing that stands out watching that real quick before tip-off here is that Will Voigt dipping into a little bit of Portuguese there. You hear him say Esperanto, and it was a good fit when Mario Palma is actually the coach of Angola. One reason, because he speaks the language. And here he is, even though he's Portuguese, he's speaking English to a team. These players know English.
Yeah, I mean, English in many ways, obviously we're speaking in English.
Even though they speak French.
Right.
Yeah.
The language of basketball for many coaches and media personalities and so on, especially for teammates, it just brings people together. And especially when you're playing for your national team, a lot of pride. As long as you're playing well, that's the only language that matters. And again, I'm excited to watch Salah Mejri again. And the undersized Yannick Moreira, seeing how those two face off against each other.
Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Beijing, China. This is the classification round Group N game between Angola and Tunisia. Angola and Tunisia hoping to get the direct Olympic qualifying spot. Angola, perhaps the best realistically they'll hope for would be a spot in the Olympic qualifying tournament, FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Tunisia could end up with that themselves. It all depends on this result, as well as Nigeria's result later tonight.
So you see the early foul there on Mejri as he wasn't able to handle the catch. Jose Antonio coming in for the steal, and already a foul in the first 25 seconds for Mejri. He needs to avoid these early foul troubles.
Conceição. Moreira now going right at Makram Ben Ramdan and called for travel. I think by this point in their game against Philippines, Tunisia are already up about 4-0.
Yeah, they scored those 6 points in the first minute of the game on 3 layups. So one thing you'll notice is Tunisia's execution on offense. Very European style, according to Coach Palma. A lot of movement, a lot of screens. Here's Abada.
See Conceição there, his father, the legendary Jean-Jacques Conceição, FIBA Basketball World Cup legend.
Hall of Famer. Yep, call for the reach there. Abada, not just the distributor, can also score. Had 16 points the other night. Leading scorer, player of the game for this Tunisia squad.
And they get it to Mejri. Salah Mejri, good pass from Morad El Malbrook.
Yeah, the alley-oop there. Mejri has always shown an ability to have good hands. Also, just dove straight to the rim. Not impeded whatsoever.
Moraes. And shoots over Mejri. Misses, but a push off down low and a foul.
It's going to be on Joachim, trying to battle for offensive rebounding position with Mejri, who is actually with Ben Ramdan.
And quickly to Michael Roll, and he puts it up and in. Can't fall asleep on Michael Roll.
Former UCLA Bruin.
Valdelicio Joaquim, the former Hawaii Rainbow Warrior.
And they need him to really have a quick start here. Took a while for him to get going against Iran the other night.
Ben Ramdan strokes the 3.
See the offense starting to pick up now for both teams. Open looks left and right.
Moraes, the AfroBasket 2013 MVP, drills the 3.
Up and down we go, Jeff.
Obata!
Well, this is the kind of basketball Angola wants to play. They talked about how against Iran, a bit of a slow-paced game by their standards. They want to run with it. They want to get shots up. They don't mind if the other team does so as well.
Valdelicio and Valdelicio's Joaquim coming out stroking it. Oh, got a good one here. Stakes are high. Big time players have come to play. El Malbrook. Wow.
Well, this African rivalry starting to heat up here as both teams knock it down. Early 3-pointers.
There's Leonel Paulo. Ready to come in, as well as Gershon Domingos. Valdelicio Joaquim, another 3-pointer.
It's a 3-point shootout.
But goodness me, I mean, Valdelicio says, you know what, I'm taking center stage today, folks.
Well, like I said, he needed an early start, had 10 points on Friday.
Wow, good attempt. And Morad El Malbrook earns a trip to the line. Look at this.
Moreira, he's gotten a lot of those kind of almost silly fouls in terms of not being positionally ready. You see Joaquim knock down another 3-pointer. And he's also the emotional leader for this team in many respects. As we see Gerson Domingos come into the game, had a DNP on Friday due to injury/illness. Replaces Conceição.
Omar Brook, good shooter, but misses the first. Always befuddled by the free throw shooting woes of guys that can knock it down from three-point range.
It's actually the first missed shot of any kind for Tunisia in this game so far. They're 5 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 of 3. Now 1 of 2 from the foul line.
There's Sean Domingos, whips it. Gets pass over to Moraes. Brings a little bit of rain, but nothing. And now this is where Makram Ben Ramdam picks up, as you say, another silly foul from Moreira.
And that's 2 now. He's waving Reggie Moore back. Doesn't want to come out, but if you want to stay in the game, don't commit fouls. You know, 75 feet away from the basket.
And he just kicks the chair, and
Will Voigt just gives him a smile.
It's been a difficult World Cup for him when you consider how he just kind of lit up the World Cup 5 years ago in Spain, still at SMU, American College Basketball.
Was the Basketball Champions League champion with Victor Bologna.
And the pump fake, and look at Ben Ramdam getting a lot of fouls on all of the Angolan players.
So Moreira still looking for his seat. Reggie Moore just checked in for him. He picks up a foul as well. And that now puts Tunisia in the penalty. So Moreira looks like he's starting to calm down a little bit.
Boy, Ben Ramdam has really seized the mantle of leadership in this Tunisian team, hasn't he? I mean, he does it for Mario Palme. Really, I think, leads by example, both with his, especially with his play.
Yeah, 11.7 rebounds a game for him.
Quick pass inside to Salah Mejri, and he's fouled by Lionel Paulo.
Look, he was ready to throw that one down. Great pass. Whoa. Yeah, that's a hack. Mejri did not appreciate that.
They like him, the fans in the NBA and Dallas as an organization. I mean, what's not like about him, really? Great guy, great player, revelation, late bloomer under former coach Adel Talatli, who did a great job of bringing him into the fold. And look at that, the steal from Omar Bada. Takes it right from Moraes.
Hey!
Goes up for the dunk.
Take off. Omar Abada. Didn't know he had that kind of sneaky bounce.
And look at Abada smiling as he goes over to the bench, and Abada just throws it down. Boy, got some hops.
Very curious to see how many career dunks Abada has. And that's the best part of this World Cup, when you see teammates cheering for their brothers.
Will Voigt was not happy with Gerson Domingos.
No pleito, nada. Sirve a medio, okay? Esto normal, no necesita prospecto, no necesita nada. Zone up aquí, na cuando tú tens bola aquí, attack medio.
Aqui eu vi tropa,
Sí, so tú tens cuatro defensas, tú no puedes attack the cuatro. Attack the
Well, you have to applaud Will Voigt for learning some Portuguese and speaking to them, but it looks like there might be some type of communication disconnect there.
Well, they need to get the ball back to Joaquim. Clearly, he's got the hot hand right now. And the point guards, when your big man's knocking them down like that, give him more opportunities.
So Gerson Domingos does stay in the game, but Will Voigt did march out onto the court, put his hands around his waist, and spoke very directly and sternly to him. Here's Moore getting blocked out of the perimeter, and now Makram Ben Ramdam runs, and that's where he's dangerous.
Never mind, three-pointer.
Omar Brook. Badalithia Joaquim rather, hands it off to Domingos, passes it back outside.
Good extra pass.
Here's to Domingos, lefty, good! That'll put him in a good mood.
And once again, Jeff, when the ball moves like that, first of all, in transition, the drive, the kicking around the horn for the open three, Domingos, after not playing, finding his groove.
Boy, Ben Ramdam's, he's just like, he's pulling all the strings, isn't he?
He just makes the right, simple play. And that's all you can ask for from a coach, for your captain to do. And usually that play involves finding measuring.
Good pass from Gershon Domingos to Joaquim. Misses, and again, it's rebound and run for Makram Ben Ramdam. Goes in, puts it up, misses the shot. Good hustle back by Reggie Moore, and then Michael Roll commits the foul. Well, that'll be a basket that Tunisia will be thinking they should have.
You see the double team in the backcourt, close to getting the steal. Just a second team foul for Tunisia. We're seeing it's almost a matchup zone of sorts. Now more like a man-to-man in this possession. They switch. Now Joaquim has a mismatch inside. Trying to isolate Moraes.
Step back, Moraes.
Settled.
Omar Brook again. Head up as he brings it up the floor. Now Michael Roll can't leave him open. No way. He will knock it down every time.
Yeah, Michael Roll really finding his shooting stroke these last couple of games. Came into this one averaging 12.5 points per game on 35% shooting from three.
Beautiful bank shot scored by Gershon Domingos.
With the offhand, too.
Omar Brook drives in, gets to the line for an and one.
I tell you, this Tunisia team is just a phenomenal offensive basketball team. So the hesitation there, and Omar Brook, little scoop off the glass. But that stop and go froze Moraes, and he commits the foul to put him on the line.
Well, you know, you talk about them being a phenomenal team. That was kind of the point that Coach Mario Palma was making in the press conference. We deserve to be in the Olympics, he said. He said, you know what? We were right there with Spain, and then things just went off the rails, but we should have beaten Puerto Rico. It just wasn't. The basketball gods didn't want us to win, but we've shown that we can play good basketball.
Yeah, they play, there's a reason we play 40 minutes in this game, and they played about 38 good ones against Puerto Rico.
Good job, Tunisia. Makram Ben Ramdam getting on the ground. You can see there's a mutual respect between these players because they do know each other very well.
So coming into this one, Tunisia still well, the standings haven't been updated. Let's see, 1 second. Yeah, Tunisia minus 11 point differential. Nigeria plus 41. So that kind of takes that factor out of the element, out of the equation, I should say.
Wow. Nice finish by Len El Paulo.
Good
Yes. Always looking, especially to make that pass into the low post.
They do a good job of playing inside out, finding the mismatch. This time it's Ben Ramdan Moraes who picks up his second personal foul. But the reason I was alluding to the Tunisia-Nigeria point differential is if they both have 3 wins and 2 losses, that becomes the difference maker, right?
Unless one of them finishes lower in their standings. So it's whoever finished higher in the standings, that's the first one, and then you go to points differential.
Yeah, so they would both finish first in groups M and N respectively. I mean, Tunisia just has to win by 60. They win by 60, that they might have a chance.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen against this Angola team. But stranger things have happened. We certainly didn't see Cote d'Ivoire beating Nigeria the way they did in the qualifiers to get to the, which helped them get to the World Cup. Here's Lionel Paulo, bounce pass. Baudelicio Joaquim throws it down.
Well, I'm liking the Angola's execution after struggling out of the gates the other night against Iran. Able to put 20 points here in the quarter.
Oh, beautiful. Again, another pinpoint pass. And this time it's Ben Ramdan catching it from Michael Roll. Boy, they're cutting them open like a surgeon, aren't they?
Yeah, Ben Ramdan set the back screen on the guard and just dove to the basket. Michael Roll knew he was going to be there. You see him there on the cut. And Domingos leaving his feet. Easy two for Ben Ramdan.
You know, further to talking about the other game that's so pivotal as it relates to this one, especially for Tunisia, Nigeria against China. I mean, can you imagine what type of environment that's going to be with the Chinese fans? They've really gotten behind their team. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty raucous.
Yeah, huge win for China over Korea the other night. Offensive foul here on the post-up. Take another look. Great defense from Daniel Paulo.
Yeah, that was battling for position there. Rondon didn't think he'd done anything wrong. Here's Joaquim. Little jump hook. Ezri knocked it off the rim. Ball goes out of bounds. You know, that ball being stuck on the rim, players can knock it off in international basketball.
Point of contention.
Yeah, it's this FIBA Basketball World Cup. We've seen it happen a lot, but yesterday also there was some contact made with the rim, which wasn't spotted by the referees. It prevented Lithuania from getting the free throw. And anyway, France went on to win the game, and Lithuania no longer have a chance to advance in this tournament. But those referees, that's been announced, won't be doing any more games for the rest of this this tournament. So, you know, they're evaluated just after every game. The aim is to have the referees be as good as possible. There's another foul down low. If Salam Ezri catches the ball down there, it's going to be trouble for Angola.
Referee's pretty active in this one already. Tunisia doing a much better job getting to the foul line. Both, actually, Tunisia and Angola struggled from the free throw line in their games on Friday, just knocking down 5 free throws each, which you don't see too often. But here tonight, that's already free throw number 7 made out of 10 for Tunisia.
You know, Josh, furthermore to the referees, though, I mean, it's every time I see it, it is incredible how much preparation, how these guys have to work out while they're at these events, how they're constantly reviewed after the games. You know,
watching film more than coaches sometimes.
There's a concerted effort to get it right, and nobody's perfect, and you just gotta do your best, and hopefully it, you know, you get a great performance. Here's Reggie Moore. Boy, that ball just did not go down.
Yeah.
That was in the cylinder and it popped out. Look at Lionel Paulo trying to get it away from the, well, I'll leave that little nugget of information for you since you uncovered it earlier today on Michael Roll. Look at it, shaking and baking. They got to put it up. They get it up, and Makram Ben Ramdan, a little bit long, but nevertheless, Tunisia, after 1 quarter of play, incredibly, 31 points. They're on track to score 120 at this pace. 31-20, Tunisia on top of Angola at the end of 1. Well, Josh, I mean, talk about these stats, but you know what? I mean, that is a significant stat, that top one, 31-20, because if they can keep pouring in the points, it could ultimately help them pit Nigeria if it comes down to that. But you look at that, no free throws for Angola.
Well, Angola obviously settling for the outside shot. They've knocked down 4 of their 8 3-pointers. They're shooting 50% overall, so a good start for them as you check out the early highlights. But Tunisia, another dream start, just like they'd had against the Philippines. This time, 10 of 14 from the field, 71% shooting, absolutely lethal. Already 9 assists as well to just 2 turnovers. Again, they had 19 assists, only 8 turnovers in that game against the Philippines. And that's just a stat that shows good basketball. You see the takeoff and throwdown by Abada so far.
That was a bone of contention the other day in the press conference after Angola's game. Will Voigt expressing dismay that his team had not gotten to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think his 2 points were that they only shot 10 free throws for the game. They made 5, so that's on them. They only made half of their free throws. And there were no fouls called in the third quarter of that game. You see there, Will Voigt. But again, it's easy to point to the referees, but sometimes that also, you know, it's a result of having a lack of aggression offensively, settling for outside jump shots. As you see the FIBA World Cup app, where you need to go there to get all the stats, all the up-to-the-minute highlights, scores, news articles as well, available on the smartphones. But yeah, for Will Voigt, again, it's, you know, deflecting a little bit of that, I guess, performance from his players. But here tonight, defensively allowing 31 points, you know, they got to turn it up a little bit on defense.
So bear in mind, Nigeria coming into today's play plus 40 points differential. Plus 41 rather, and Tunisia came in at minus 11. So Tunisia trying to improve that point differential as they try to beat Nigeria to that direct Olympic qualifying place. Of course, the main thing is they've got to win this game. And Michael Roll hits his second three-pointer.
Well, he's starting to get rolling now, Jeff. And Michael Roll, you mentioned UCLA Bruin. Most career games played in the history of UCLA basketball. And of course, that is one of the premier NCAA programs
historically.
Yeah, that we'll ever see. Coach John Wooden.
See, you saw the players on the court there for Angola. There's the dump to Morea. Did a good job finishing. Yeah, I mean, that is amazing. Michael Roll has more appearances at UCLA than any player in history. And you're talking about the likes of Lou Alcindor, i.e. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You're talking about my good buddy George Zedek.
Right, Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller, yep.
See there, the offensive foul committed. Conceição able to draw it. Meanwhile, the nice, unselfish play and then the patience from Moreira to finish. Yeah, one of those games actually against myself, Michael Roll. UCLA took us down when I was at Yale back in 07-08.
Good defense and nice drive, Leno Paulo. Good job with the rebound from Morea, who's come in and done a couple of good things since re-entering the game. And did you guard Michael Roll in that game?
So he was actually a medical redshirt that season. He had gotten injured in the preseason, and we were just talking about it before the game. As you see him commit the foul here, he was the reason Russell Westbrook was able to have a breakout performance. Michael Roll got hurt, Darren Collison got hurt, and all of a sudden, some kid named Russell Westbrook had to step in and fill in the shoes, and did he ever?
So he owes him a huge debt.
First free throw for Gonçalves. Lefty's been a nice spark off the bench here so far.
Alicio Joaquim had those 10 points in the first quarter for Angola. I would imagine he's going to come back in ASAP.
See 2-3 zone for Angola. Herrera the rebound.
Yeah, he's getting it done now. He's cooled off. And now he's playing some ball. It's an interesting matchup with Salah Mejri. Similar body shape, aren't they? Maybe Mejri's a little bit broader shouldered, a little bit taller.
Good hands there by Mejri. Morera did come in averaging almost 10 points, 9 rebounds a game. So he can definitely produce when he's out there. He just has to stay on the court and out of foul trouble.
Also, you've got Kaniwa in the game. Mike Roll now catching a breather. Salah Mejri was going for the swat. They pass it around. Conceição from the right. Now Makram Ben Ramdan. He's going to finish with a double-double, I would imagine.
Footwork and patience. Those are the calling cards for Salah Mejri. And such a good connection and chemistry between him and Ben Ramdan as well. Just know where the other one is on the floor at all times. Already 3 team fouls here in the first 2 minutes and 14 seconds of this first quarter. So Angola now, you can see the aggression starting to turn up a little bit, and that's how you get to the free throw line. Cut harder, drive to the basket.
So we've seen enough of Tunisia to know that after this World Cup, they probably will not be satisfied. They'll know that they let an opportunity slip in the first round. There's foul on Kaniwa. You know, they could, you know, I think everybody looking at that group beforehand, second foul on Kaniwa. Everybody looking at that group thought Spain would finish first, but then it was a dead heat between Puerto Rico, Iran, and Tunisia. And Tunisia did get that win. Of course, they were close with Spain, and they were also felt like they should have beat Puerto Rico. Then they would have had to have played Italy and Serbia. Now, that would have been a huge ask. But nevertheless, you know, you get a win, you build a little bit of momentum, anything can happen. Good basket there by Angola to pull it back to within 9. Look at Salah Mejri swooping in.
Once again, Mejri starting to heat up here. He's already got 12 points in this opening half. But you talk about surprising results. I mean, the Czech Republic, their first ever World Cup, getting a huge victory over Brazil yesterday in convincing fashion.
Yeah, the Czechs were marveling at the results that they're putting out there. And Moreira again, boy, he's a different player since he's come back in the game. He's like night and day. He's like, it's game on now. I figured this out.
He's talking a little bit about it too.
Oh, quick pass again. Scored by Chinufi and Salah Mejri this time with the pass.
So much attention drawn towards Mejri that if you cut, you might find yourself wide open underneath the basket. That time, Chinufi, the recipient.
Mejri gets the miss from Gershon Gonçalves.
There it is again.
And Salah Mejri was blocked from behind. Ben Ramdan gets it back.
Conceição blocking the big man. Had the easy dunk. Not so easy after all.
Open, why not? A little bit long. Long rebound back to Salah. And then he's fouled by Conceição.
Conceição unable to slide his feet. That's why they always tell you to get low in the defensive stance.
Oh, he did get fouled. No wonder he gave a look at the ref on that one. I mean, he had half his arm, didn't he? That's Ben Ramdan.
Don't touch the man bun.
That's what he's saying. Valdelithio Joaquim comes back in as Salah Mejri goes out. So this could be interesting. Hadidan played well, though, for Tunisia.
Yeah, had a really good game the other night. 10 points, knocked down a couple threes.
Ben Ramdan, it's good, the three-pointer. 14 points, the biggest lead of the game.
Already 10 points now for Ben Ramdan to go with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. You mentioned a double-double, might be a triple-double on the way.
Step back, Gerson Domingos.
And what a lift he's been off the bench for them. They struggled at the guard position against Iran the other night.
Gerson Domingos, you can see why they need him back in there. Brings it, doesn't he? Another offensive weapon. Ooh.
Oh,
and Ben Ramdan.
See Shanufi and Gerson Domingos getting into a little physical battle on the block. Take another look there at the bottom of your screen as Ben Ramdan was fouled. You see there the hook from Shanufi. And sportsmanship prevails in the end. Has been a very quiet start for Jose Antonio, though. Yet to attempt a shot.
Yeah, he'd already put up about 10 shots by now against Iran.
He played well, had 10 points in that game.
Shanufi.
That was actually a very good defensive possession from Angola, forcing Shanufi into a tough shot as the shot clock expired.
Adnan reaching around.
The crowd liked that one.
They did.
Significantly after the whistle. So Moreira will head to the free throw line with Angola in the bonus the rest of this quarter. Just a 50% free throw shooter in the World Cup so far.
Strange how Moreira was completely out of the game mentally when he came out in the first quarter, and he's just come back in and decided that he is capable of doing everything that he wants the right way, and in some respects he's the best player on the court right now for his team. Everybody's like, is that the same guy we were watching earlier?
And sometimes a little rest can do wonders, give you a chance to kind of refocus, recalibrate. And now he's playing at the top here of the 1-2-2 press as he eventually falls back into the middle.
Ooh, Obata got a foul from Leno Paulo. So 3 fouls on Paulo. Guessing he'll come out. Oh, I guess not.
Well, Paulo's in there for his defensive intensity and aggression.
Yeah, Moraes just going to come in.
Moraes just 1 of 4 from the field so far. Does have the 2 assists. Expect him to get more aggressive as well.
Ben Ramdan. Well, he had the shot. He needed to take the jumper, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure he realized the shot clock was that low.
Yeah, that's on him. Takes responsibility.
Quick pass. And Moraes did the right thing to cut to the basket. Here's.
See the physical battling inside from both sides.
Yep.
It's a classification game that they both understand they need to win.
Oh, pass whipped over to Shanufi. Tunisia cooling off a little bit here. Opportunity for Angola. Draw closer by Delicio Joaquim. Well, it was 14 points, now it's 7. They've halved that deficit.
Yeah, you see Joaquim has a little touch. No one around him. Easy 2 for him. 12 points on the night. Tough shot. Great defense from Herrera. Runs the floor.
He was gonna dunk it, I think, but gotta catch it first.
Yeah,
it is.
You know, they say that if you're able to get your fingertips on it, you gotta catch it. Just unable to bring it inside towards him. You saw some frustration there.
Michael Roll checks back into the game here for the final 2:45 for Tunisia. Elmo Brook to Ben Ramdam, knocks in the 3. He's like, I should have taken that earlier.
Yeah, he wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. Had the open look this time. 13 points. Third three-pointer already for Ben Ramdam. He came in shooting only 20% from 3, so that's going to do wonders for his efficiency.
All right. Goes right at Ben Ramdam. Boy, it's called forcing it. Ben Ramdam, great defense. Look at Obata, strong with the ball. Spins, gets inside, and goes to the line for a couple of free throws. Wow. Again, picks up his 3rd foul here late in the first half.
But all 3 fouls have been kind of swipe down or reach in. You know, not really what you call a good foul where he had no choice. If he's in a better position there, probably could have contested a little bit better. And again, once again, Coach Foyt, no choice but to take him out. It's not like he's shown a reason to be trusted at the moment in terms of staying out of foul trouble. Every player feels like, Coach, I got it, don't worry. I'm not going to commit my 4th.
That's a risk not worth taking, is it? Not with 148.
Especially with Mejri back in the game.
Well, especially if you have a coach like, for example, Mike Taylor, the opposing coach. He's going to tell you guys, let's go right at him and try to get him to pick it up.
Yeah, we saw that in the China game with Poland, with Guo Ailun picking up his 4th and 5th in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. Also, Yi got his 3rd relatively early in the 2nd quarter. Gonçalves passes it, so lead back up to 12. Voigt used to coach Nigeria, coached them to the AfroBasket title in 2015, and coached them. That got them to the Olympics, where they were really formidable. Played some great games in Rio. Joaquim didn't go quite as strong as he needed to there.
Well, that's the Mejri effect. Once again, able to alter the shot as Abada can't knock down the 3. The Mejri's size just makes you think twice about going up a certain way. If you're a big man, you got to dunk everything by the basket.
He is catching it. Well, that time he laid it up. Great control, and sure enough, Mejri was protecting the rim.
You saw he initiated the contact that time rather than run away from it. Thinking about it.
And another 3-pointer for Makram Ben Ramdam. He has been terrific.
Yeah, this is
16 points now or 13?
16 to go with 4 rebounds. Sorry, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. That is a half to remember. Also the 50th point of the half for Tunisia.
Ah! we're talking about Salah Mejri.
No, that is not a goaltending, Joachim. I'm sorry. That's a swat. Wow. Watch it one more time.
Super Salah.
Smacks it away. Protecting the rim, protecting the basket, protecting his house.
Protecting his livelihood. Not in my house.
Salah Mejri doing a little bit of everything now.
Do you think Salah has game?
He got game, Jeff. He's got 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks already in this first half.
You know what I've got to say to that? I say the world's got game.
I mean, really, Tunisia, like,
Yeah.
this is a tough team.
Ben Ramdam, look at that. Layup, execution to the perfection right at the end, takes it up to a game-high 15-point lead for them. And, well, Tunisia certainly giving Nigeria something to think about in the other group as they go off the court, looking confident, looking focused. 52-37, Tunisia on top of Angola.
Well, you see the statistics. Tunisia shooting 18 of 29 overall, 62%, but Angola hanging tight. They're managing a 50% from the field shooting. They've also knocked down 5 3-pointers, but it's been the assists for me that have been the difference. Tunisia also has the advantage on the rebounds, points in the paint. The one thing for Angola is their bench really has come up, especially Gerson Domingos, his 8 points off of the bench, but 14 assists and just 4 turnovers for Tunisia. You see offensively, they're basically running a clinic out there. Ben Ramdan now 18 points, Mejri with 12. Joachim, though, 14 points, having his best game of the World Cup so far. 6 of 10 from the field for him. A lot of highlights to choose from in that first half, that's for sure.
Well, we'll be right back. It's 52-37, Tunisia on top of Angola at halftime.
走不了啊。
Schroeder back again. Schroeder playing with 5. The dish inside to Fortman. It's the Dennis Schroeder show. We all have a ticket to it.
Liz kicks it out. Vargas. And it throws it down. Give him the poster. Flex on him, young man. Flex on them.
Wow. Vargas.
All the way through, dancing through the defense. A box office blow from Barnes.
It is a good change of direction, trying to keep him on the sideline, cuts back to the middle. No help, dunk.
Out loose is Patty Mills. Fast break opportunity behind the back, fine, up and in and one. What a play from the Aussies. Trying to go up himself. Goes right in. Oh my goodness! What a throw down by Vincent Poirier.
Wow, I almost fell off our commentary position for that one. That was unbelievable athleticism from the big man.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
Makram Ben Ramdan with 18 points, 6 rebounds, a handful of assists, and Tunisia on the strength of his performance. Some terrific play as well from his teammates like Salah Mesri, Michael Roll, lead Angola 52-37 at halftime in this classification group in game. Tunisia trying to not only win, but to win by as big a margin as possible to boost their chances of getting the direct Olympic qualifying spot for the Olympics. They'll be monitoring things very closely, obviously, with Nigeria, who they're in competition with for that direct qualifying spot. They'll be taking on China later tonight. And of course, the main thing is they've got to get a win here against an Angola team that has not been terrible. You know, Valdelicio Joaquim came out and had 14 points, clearly rose to the occasion for the team, but Tunisia just really, I think, surgically cutting open this Angolan defense at times, and defensively themselves, they've been pretty tough, with especially Salah Mesri protecting the rim.
Yeah, they've been putting on just a phenomenal demonstration of good basketball. you know, if you're a coach and you guys your team, hey, I need you guys to execute on offense and give me some intensity on defense. That's what they've been doing. Now it's about not getting complacent in the second half and letting Angola get any kind of confidence in this third quarter. So we'll see kind of the first 5 minutes of the third quarter can either break this game wide open or maybe give Angola a chance to get back into it.
So Tunisia, as you look at Omar Mouli, who came to the press conference the other night, they came into this World Cup with high hopes. Of course, they, along with Nigeria, have kind of stolen some of Angola's thunder in Africa in recent years. And Tunisia came into this tournament believing they could really make waves, and they had a narrow defeat to Puerto Rico that really set them back. And of course, they did play Spain tough for about a half, and then they fell away. They believe they should be at the Olympics, and well, we'll see if they make it. Other action right now, Venezuela and Russia are knotted at halftime, 27 apiece. Korea laying the wood to Cote d'Ivoire, 52-33, and Italy losing to Puerto Rico. Let's listen to Coach Boyd.
So Biggs, if you're gonna switch. You're gonna contain, drop below the roll. But you got it.
And here, if they switch here, and you always go inside. If they switch, we are here. If they switch, we go again there, and you go inside immediately because you're gonna be alone here. Nice. We try to go to south to make 2 points.
Well, you heard there, Coach Palma giving the instructions to his players for how to start this third quarter. For Angola, it's going to be on the defensive end. They got to start slowing down this high-powered Tunisian offense. They got to make things a lot tougher for Makram Ben Ramdan, who is just playing an incredible game here so far with his 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And also rely on the three-pointer. So far, Angola 5 of 10 from beyond the arc.
Second round.
Well, welcome back, folks. Second half underway. Angola in the red, Tunisia in the white. And Moreira, who played better after coming into the game in the second quarter. He had a struggle at the beginning. He's got 3 fouls. Starts things off with a basket for Angola.
Yeah, he's been perfect from the field. He's only managed to play 12 minutes. Oh, Mejri went down, grabbing his knee.
Hopefully
it's just
okay.
a knock. Oh, yeah, you see there, he just made contact.
It's Jose Antonio.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a bruise. So it shouldn't be too much more than that. Easy for me to say. It's always scary when a big man goes down and grabs his knee.
He's pushed his bandage down. Moraes goes up to give him a hug, and you could just, we've seen it on so many occasions tonight that players from both teams going up, checking on their adversaries.
So once again, just happens a lot in basketball, knees knocking. Here comes roll off the double screen. Decoy.
Puts it up, and Jose Antonio called for the clear out there, pushing.
Mabruk not afraid to take the tougher shots. You see Jose Antonio just trying to get Ben Ramdan away from the basket. Tall task.
It is a tall task. He's proving to be a menace in many respects today. Akram Ben Ramdan, the captain of Tunisia. He's got the ball now. Passes it back outside to Abada. And Morea with the rebound. Conceição takes on Mesri, and it says, no, you forgot who I am. Now Abada. Back outside to roll. Front back of the rim and stayed out.
4 blocks now for Mesri. Nothing coming easy for Angola at the rim.
And Valdelicio Joaquim loses it out of bounds. Boy, all of these little battles that Salah Mesri has, he's winning all of them, isn't he? Look at that. I mean, not even close to going in. You've got to get that thing off the top of the backboard if it's going to have a chance.
He timed it right. In his last possession, able to move his feet to force a turnover.
Michael Roll.
Go for his last 2 now.
Ooh, it's a charge from Jose. Oh no, a block called on Omar Abada.
Well, if you're Abada, you got to know Mesri's back there controlling the paint, ready to provide help. Seemed to almost be in the right position as well. Tough call for him. Abada, who just signed with Monastir in Tunisia.
26 years of age now. So in his prime. Say this is a veteran Tunisia team. This is I believe it's their moment when they really need to get something done here. Amin Razig no longer with the team, obviously. He was one of their big stars, still involved with Tunisian basketball.
Well, you mentioned Abada, the youngest player on the roster, and he's actually one of only 2 players in their 20s on this Tunisian team. That's a very, very, I don't want to say old, but experienced roster as a near turnover here. But and Ramdan hustling on defense. But most teams, you'll see them, you know, they have a couple guys in the 30s. There's a deflection.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Angola also average age above 30, but that's thanks to 3 guys over the age of 37. Cipriano, Mingash, and Reggie Moore.
Mingash is 40. Gives hope for all of us. Playing in his 5th FIBA Basketball World Cup. And Jose Antonio strokes the jumper.
Yeah, Antonio needs to be more aggressive. That's just his first shot attempt. Of course, he knocks it down. No reason to not be confident.
Abada. Oh, can't get it to fall.
Tunisia have gone a little bit cold here to start the second half.
And another foul, so Angola's sensing an opportunity here.
6-0 run here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You see Roll unable to close out without committing the foul.
There's Mingash right behind, you can see sitting there next behind Will Voigt, on the left of him there. Next to Reggie Moore. It's Joaquim. It's in the paint.
See, they give that foul to Mesri, or it's on Ben Ramdan instead. On the reach-in, Mesri saying he didn't need the help. Again, I mentioned those first few minutes of the 3rd quarter being so vital, and it's Angola that's responded best coming out of the locker room. Now 8-0 run.
So Tunisia, it's not like the effort's not there from Tunisia, but that's a bad mistake. Kind of an unforced error, if you will. Angola perfect at the line tonight, 8 of 8. Tunisia shooting pretty well, 10 of 13.
Well, Palma visibly frustrated. Needs his team to get back on track.
And good play by Obata to steal it. And then they get it right back as Ben Ramdam couldn't quite get control of it. Morea. Good footwork and goes up and scores over Ben Ramdam. And you know, we were talking about the need for Tunisia to get not only the win, but that points differential up. But right now, it's more like we got to hold on for the win.
Well, you see Moreira probably had it right there. Gave the extra pump fake. Footwork on display, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game, Jeff.
Basketball in middle. We go play against strong. Red offense. Right. They play on the same side. Okay, we're going to try this because we first pass we can do it. If not, we go to wipe the dribble, okay? And in offense, we need to be calm. Okay? We play offense, we play 10. Get, ball, and off, okay? You here, and kick here, okay? Let's go, come on.
Well, Jose Antonio has brought a spark, as has Morea, who just, again, has just transformed his game mentally, especially. During this game, he's got 10 points now, 6 rebounds.
He's yet to miss a shot. Just has to avoid picking up that 4th foul. Make sure he can stay on the floor. And you see him once again at the top of this 1-2-2 type of press. Trying to use his length to cause some discomfort. Force Tunisia to use up some clock. Fall back into a man-to-man.
Ben Ramdam passes it, and the ball knocked away by Jose Antonio. I could have stood up and got that, but I didn't want to break my headset.
You gotta show better hustle next time, Jeff.
So Angola have all the momentum in the first 4 minutes here of the second half. And this is after a Tunisia timeout.
And all this with Moraes being very quiet here tonight, just 3 points.
Now Morea going to town here on Ben Ramdam, and this time doesn't get it to go. Well, they had Ben Ramdam and Salah Mejri blocking him in front of the rim. Still looked pretty formidable himself there.
Tunisia, meanwhile, still looking for their first points of the quarter. Baseline's open.
El Malbrook steps inside the arc, knocks it in.
So finally putting an end to the run, 10-0 run.
He's had a good day himself. El Malbrook with 9 points.
Not sure if Tunisia just thought Angola was going to go away here in the second half. It's far from the case.
Sure, Puerto Rico probably thinking about that about Italy right now. They're up 22 on them late in the first half. Italy really struggling to bounce back after that tough loss to Spain. And Morea, I don't believe, got it off in time. So Morea goes out, Reggie Moore comes in. Omar Bada playing a lot of minutes. Michael Wohl. Joaquin guarding him.
Yeah, the mismatch inside. Mejri posting up against Jose Antonio. not liking the physicality between the two. Antonio say, I'm just trying to play defense, man. I'm giving up a few inches, a lot of centimeters. I'm gonna go over, shake hands. Obviously, those are the two that got into it with the knee collision. Not sure what Mejri wants Antonio to do there.
It's kind of like I tell you, Abada's had some physical play tonight. It's kind of like Mejri just keeps serving up these constant reminders that I'm the guy that's in the NBA, and here's why. There he is. He was being held. Oh no, they're going to call the offensive foul on Salah Mejri. I thought he was being held, and he doesn't want any part of Leonel Paulo right now. And now it's Salah Mejri who's speaking a lot to the Tunisian,
all the
Angolan
players. Well, he gets caught for the hook there. A slight push in the back. Leonel Paulo fortunate to not pick up his fourth foul.
Yeah.
It's a friendly game.
Well, there's a lot riding on it, as we all know.
Yeah, not friendly in that sense. Two fouls now on Mejri.
Leonel Paulo swooping in, scoring with the hook. I'm wondering if you want to come out and guard him that closely, or if you want him to try to beat you with that jump shot.
Yeah, he's shown an ability to knock down the three in this tournament. Only 33% of the time, though, so you might be right about that one. We have another foul. And now the referee is starting to get involved.
Elmel Brook took a shot there from Gerson Domingos.
In the least flattering of places.
Yes. We all know what that is. Gotta take a deep breath.
I'm not sure they're going to review this. There's some discussion happening here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So we'll get a chance to see it up close and personal.
If there was any intent from Gerson Domingos, who did go and check up on him.
Boris, come this side. We are looking for this one. Just stop it. Just stop it.
No. Just have this, and this.
Nothing. This one, we will check it. This one. Boris, just a second, please. Now it will come on the corner.
Except it already happened.
Yeah, okay. This one.
This one,
Put the master and let's do it like this. Look at the hand at the end. Slowly, go slowly. Can you make it on the normal speed?
Yes, I can.
This one with the normal speed.
At the end. Ready?
Yes, ready.
At the end, the hand goes front. Look, bump.
Yes.
So we go with an unsportsmanlike. You want to zoom it and I'll do
go,
it?
Go.
Go.
Normal speed. I agree that he continues with a dirty movement.
Yes.
That we go for this one, number one, unsportsmanlike. Then this guy, number 7, will be the shooter. I confirm about C2. C1, C2, not playing the ball also.
Well, this is a big call, but they had a chance to look at it, and they decided it was not a basketball move, that he continued with the motion with his left hand right there, catching Elmel Brook where it hurts. Right there,
Ooh.
See? He did go and check on him after that, but anyway, this could be a big point in the game.
Tunisia, the type of team that really take advantage of these situations, potential 4 or 5 point play. And yeah, meanwhile, defensively, you know, you're taught to run hard. If you're gonna, someone's taking a down screen, you try to either run through it or around it, but you're not taught that part.
It's kind of like one of those things where the guy goes up, hey, sorry about that. Yeah, I did do that, but I do, you know, we are friends still, right? I'm not sure about whether how much the intent was there. Referees thought there was. So it could be a 5-point trip down the floor. El Malbrook gonna come over and get the ball. Now he's gonna inbound it again. This most famous spot of the Wukesong Arena, the most infamous spot for Chinese fans. Shot clock winding down and roll, score. So 4-point trip down the floor. That spot where they were inbounding it is where China had those 2 crucial turnovers against Poland. And almost an unforced mistake there on Moraes.
Angola need a positive result in this possession and not going to get it.
And it really has. The momentum has shifted here. Oh, beautiful pump fake. And El Malbrook takes center stage.
Just like that, it goes from 5 right back up to 11 on 2 possessions.
And the basket will be good. And a free throw coming for Angola.
So they call that one on El Malbrook, reaching in right there. And Gerson Domingos smartly just gets it up on the rim, shockingly measured and swatted away, considering the height differential.
There's the new president of FIBA Africa, Annabelle Manav.
So lead back up, well, still, should say, at 8 right now. Angola's done a good job of taking Tunisia out of the flow of their offense. Mejri can knock that down. Too strong this time.
Quickly up it goes to Paolo, and he gets pinned.
Wow,
And
Mejri can't believe it.
He's the Indonesian referee says that he got him on the head. Mejri thought he had measured it to perfection.
It's a great pass and catch.
Ooh.
We'll get a slow-mo look.
You can see why he thought him hit him in the head.
Maybe that elbow just a little bit grazed.
He grazed, I think.
3rd foul on Mejri. Could have been his 5th block. Paolo, meanwhile, just a 71% free throw shooter. Has that hitch in his shot.
Second one good. 7-point game. Just under 13 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting 4th quarter for sure.
And the pass and good pump fake from from Makram Ben Ramdam. He brings out the gun show. And he will go to the line for 1.
Time to flex a little bit. Again, great footwork. The pump fake gets Joachim off the ground, absorbs the contact and finishes. And that's 20 points now for Ben Ramdam. It's a mean mug right there.
I like that celebration.
And then he misses the free throw. That's why you got to be careful sometimes.
He actually really struggled in the past with his free throws, but it seems like he's done okay in this tournament. He's solved some of his issues. He was short on that. Gonçalves gets it over to Moore. Gershon Domingos. Wow, beautiful stroke.
Hey, he has been on fire today. 5 of 5 from the field. That's his 3rd three-pointer. He's got 14 points. And it might have been a completely different game if we saw him against Iran.
Roll, stops, misses.
Each team now with 3 players in double figures. And Ramdam still leads all scorers with those 20.
And basket interference. So goaltending, and that will give the 2 points to Angola, who have cut it back to a 62 to 58 game. Here it is again.
Well, you see up, grab the net right there. And Mejri just can't quite believe the sequence of events as of late.
That was it's the downside, I guess, to being tall. You're in danger of hitting your head on the rim, or you're getting caught up in the net.
Nice drive.
Roll kind of hung in the air and was fouled from behind. So no Roll played. Here he goes again. We talked about him being at UCLA several years ago, but there he's being fouled by Lionel Paolo. He played for Antwerp, and that's where he met Salah Mejri, and that's what kind of paved the way for him to join the Tunisian national team, because Salah Mejri introduced him to Ado Talatli, the former coach, which is the current coach, Mario Palma. I know Michael played also in Spain with Zaragoza. He played with Maccabi recently.
Last couple of years of Maccabi, which was part of the reason he wasn't really involved as much in the Tunisian national team program. But after making a change over to Olimpia Milano this coming season, he was reintroduced to the Tunisian national team this summer. He's been perfect from the free throw line, pretty sure the entire tournament, actually. So it stays perfect from there. But now a chance for Angola to make it a one-possession game, as we see Olimpio Cipriano get his first action of the game, number 4 for Angola.
Moore for 3. Wow, we've got a 3-point game.
Just like that, Jeff. Angola's climbed all the way back. 24-12 advantage here in the third.
Roll right at the free throw line.
And we're seeing a little bit more two-man game now between Roll and Mejri. Cipriano, not shy.
And the ball knocked out of the hands by Makram Bimramdam. So Yannick Morea.
Skied up for that offensive rebound. See a lot of white shirts around him.
Yeah, whenever you reach in like that, you're in danger of getting the foul.
So third personal on Makram. Makram, Roll, and Mejri with 3 apiece.
Boy, amazing how this game has turned in this third quarter. It's anybody's game right now, even though Tunisia have that 5-point lead. And we just got some very important news delivered by Josh Davis. Pizza after the game. Thank you very much, Pepe.
So Moreira continuing his good form from the free throw line. 4 of 4 now. All of a sudden, 12 points and 7 rebounds after a tough start in the first quarter. Angola putting the pressure defensively. And it's a steal, near steal. Then they get called for the foul.
Isn't that what so often happens? You play great defense, and you can't quite get it. And you can see Salah Mejri and Boris Krajic is telling him, Salah, we called the foul. Oh, yeah, he did take a shot there before it was called by Gonçalves. Oh, look, he's got a little bit of blood, a little bit of a mark on the lip. He's like, listen, to beat me up.
That is great camera work.
That was. It was.
You got the call, so.
Well, we know who you are. We're looking at you right now, cameraman. Well done. We're going to give you a slice of pepperoni, perhaps, as a reward for that. Mejri, as the game gets very hot here. makes the first free throw, misses the second.
And he jumped over the line. It's a violation. So Mejri took the free throw and then crossed over the line before the ball hit the rim. Therefore, it's a violation. And they're just adjusting the clock back to 19.4.
So Angola will try to take it all the way down as far as they can, and then go for a three, possibly two. Morea sets the pick, rolls to the basket, gets it back, lays it up and in. And Tunisia fell asleep. Roll gets up, a shot from midcourt, and you can see Hadidan talking with Ibada. They got their signals crossed.
Well, it's a two-point game, Jeff.
Wow. 67-65, Tunisia on top of Angola at the end of three.
Well, you see the stats now. Angola getting to the free throw line and knocking them down. They're shooting lights out for the game now, all over. Meanwhile, Tunisia really slowed down, both offensively and defensively that game, or that quarter, I should say. Angola 28-15 advantage in the third quarter, and we can see a lot more highlights from Angola, although that Mejri block was phenomenal. Angola shooting 9 of 12 from the field in that third quarter. They're now 57% overall. And a lot of it is thanks to Yannick Moreira, 5 of 6 from the field, 14 points. But the difference maker has been Gerson Domingos. He's got 14 points and 4 assists off the bench. And all this considering that Carlos Moraes, the team's leading scorer, only has 3 points. If he can find his groove in this fourth quarter, Angola might come away with the win and put this Olympic berth dream to rest before the Nigeria-China game even starts.
I mean, the way they're going right now, if they just stick to what they're doing, that might be enough. Morea. Domingos has played well. As we look at the end of these highlights, here we go. Olympia Cipriano, the veteran, at one time I think regarded as the finest player in Angola, has checked into the game, the veteran, wearing number 4. 37 years of age.
Issue with the shot clock, didn't start on time. You can also hear the fans here kind of starting to root for Angola. One 1-3-1 defensive look for Angola.
El Malbrook.
One-handed snatch rebound by Reggie Moore. Moreira posting up on Mejri. He's got to be careful. Does have his 3 fouls.
Domingos and Gonzalez got in to the paint and drew a foul.
See there, Gonzalez just crashing the glass amidst all the white jerseys, able to draw loose ball foul.
Morea puts it up. Gosh. I mean, he's looked terrific. Even the veteran, the 40-year-old Mingus, has to get up and applaud and give some encouragement.
Well, it's a tie game all of a sudden, and Moreira not backing down from the challenge of facing up against Mejri. Now they got to do it on defensive end.
He wants to see how he measures up against him.
Something like that. Moore gets caught reaching in. See that left hand on the hip.
Just a little bit of a check. Now Obata. Gerson Domingos. Roll puts it up.
Well, that man is a scorer. Took his time, faced up the smaller Domingos. Little jab to the right. Dribble pull up. Angola still looking for its first lead of the game.
Moore goes baseline. Good hands by Roll. Able to tap it over to Obata. And what about that? Hey, a good defensive play triggers a very important break for Angola by started with Michael Roll.
Yeah, Obata has shown an ability in this tournament to finish with either hand as Domingos.
He's having none of it. He says, we're not going away, folks.
1 point game. That's all you could ask for right now. This type of performance from both teams.
Roll on the baseline. And Moore swoops in. Now Angola can take the lead with a basket. Who would have thunk that? Could even be possible. And double dribble.
Yeah, Cipriano, I think he'll be coming out of the game now.
Tunisia led by 15 points at one stage. Back in the, well, early in the second half.
But it's the points from the bench, Jeff. 31-2 in favor of Angola. So Coach Palma relying a lot on his starters. Fatigue potentially a factor. This is day 9 of the World Cup. Oh, the illegal screen.
And Hadidan turns it back over. Good job by Gerson Domingos.
I mean, he's by far been the difference maker since he's been put into the game.
In that backcourt. And Hadidan comes out. Hasn't really been up to it today like he was yesterday.
So once again, a chance for Angola to get their first lead here. Shooting 58% from the field.
Moraes in the game now. Guarded by Elmal Brook. He's got the ball.
A lot of time being used here on this possession.
Moraes gets inside, banks it in, and Angola have come back from a 15-point deficit to lead Tunisia.
Yeah, a bit of a desperation runner there. High off the glass over Mejri.
And they're not giving away any open looks here, Angola. Obata over to Makram Bimramdam.
The box out.
Well, they're just playing at a quicker hands, quicker feet.
Whoa!
More determined. And a foul called on Elmal Brook.
Well, the fans are appreciating the effort. Watch the behind the back dribble. Matt Brook reaching in. And then this teardrop. Wow, high
right
off
the
the
end
glass.
of the shot clock.
And that's what you said. If you want to score of a measure, you better get it high off the glass. As you see the FIBA mascot. Still
World Cup mascot, yep.
Not sure what it is. But it's
Son of Dreams, I think is what he's called.
No, you wrote an article about him.
Had to put me on the spot. Another drive and a basket by Moraes.
Well, he got a nice rest towards the end of that third quarter. Fresh legs coming back in, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point lead for Angola. (74-71). Let's listen in to Coach Palma.
George. You pegado, okay? And if you don't receive the ball, okay, come pick and go inside. We need to put the ball on you. This is a very important issue. We are not receiving the ball in second half. A lot of time. We need to be respected one-on-one. They are making points one-on-one all the time. And when they penetrate here, it's supposed to come here and stop without this penetration and rotate here. They come in here and shooting the ball. So they cannot go this. Let's go big 1.5. Wrong time to play. Let's go calm. Okay?
Well, here's Moraes. That was the first basket that he scored with the shot clock winding down. And then that was the second one. And you called it. I mean, you know, if he can come in and bring something here in the fourth quarter, that gives Angola yet another weapon. So, but it's been a team effort with Domingos. 3-point lead for Angola, having trailed by 15 late in the second quarter.
So now Tunisia has to show what they're made of.
And coming right out of the timeout is Michael Roll.
All of a sudden, Roll now with 17 points, doing most of his damage from inside the arc. Showing versatility to his game.
And not in my house, says Salah Mejri. Look at him.
He's everywhere.
It's almost a cardinal sin not throwing the ball under the other team's basket, but Salah wasn't going to let that get away, was he?
Oh, and they leave Roll open.
And now a hold called on Moraes.
5 blocks on the game for Mejri. None more electrifying as that last one, although they have all been pretty exciting. Take a look here. His timing is impeccable. I mean, Gonçalves is already losing the ball on the way up. Impeccable. Get out of my house.
10-point, whatever you want to call it. You know where he lives, don't you? SWAT City. Here comes Makram Bimramdam, patient, misses, but there's Mejri to clean up the mess. Boy, Mejri now stepping to the floor, coming to the floor for Tunisia. 15 points. Joaquim drives in, denied once again by Salah Mejri.
Well, it's getting physical. It's been physical. And Mejri, again, gets the hand on the ball one time. And then once again, there.
How many blocks has he got, Josh?
I'm not sure if they counted the last one as a block.
He should
At
have
the moment they haven't, but he does have 5 to go with his 15 points and 7 boards. And also a great haircut.
Joaquim guarding him at the other end. Got pretty intense in there.
1-point game now. Tunisia back up top. Make
Roll.
that 3.
I got to be honest. I've never seen him play this well for Tunisia. I mean, he's been right on. I think he's really improved his game the last couple of years.
Yeah, no question. You know, he had an increased role at UCLA after going to the Final Four in his first couple of years. Then some roster turnover.
Moraes misses, grazes the outside of the net. Now it's Abada. You know, Rolls, we've talked about it, played in different countries, also played for Baskonia in Spain, played in Turkey, so he's been around. Pass behind him.
He's definitely.
Shot clock winding down, he's got to put it up. He does get it off just in time, and he drew the foul, and now he brings out the gun show.
Well, you see how much it means
Actually,
to
it's more
his
of the
teammates.
Hulk. Look at this.
Again, very patient, got the defender off his feet.
He knew exactly how much time he had.
And that's 6 of the last 8 points coming from Michael Roll as we go to the timeout.
Well, Roll knows his role, that's for sure. Let's go down to the huddle and listen to Coach Voigt.
cuando roll curls, trocas, right? So bigs, you're ready to troca. You're ready to troca. Then aquí. Luqueni. All right, hey. Zip, okay? We'll just say you're at 3, okay? That's really right into it. There's your pop. They'll probably switch, okay? So be aggressive. Vander, stay down. Stay down. Attack. Raji comes over, just finish strong. He'll clean up the rest, okay? Right? Continue on.
Well, roll now the leading scorer of the game at 21 points on 9 of 14 shooting. And they did give that last block to Mejri. So you see one of them there. He's got 6 on the night, Salah Mejri. Got a couple guys who are eligible for a triple-double. I mean, look at these blocks one after another. The last line of defense, Salah Mejri, 15, 8, and 6 on the night.
This game goes to overtime, you might have a chance to get a triple-double.
Yep.
Not sure he could get 4 blocks in the next 4 minutes.
Well, Ben Rondon also has 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now Roll with 21 points to go with his 3 assists. So they're getting major contributions from their stars.
It's interesting, you know,
first missed free throw of the tournament. It's my fault.
Really, was it?
It's my fault.
For Roll, you mean?
Yep. It was 100% in the World Cup before that one.
Maybe if they'd hadn't taken the timeout, we'll avoid his team not running the offense that he was hoping they would.
And there it is again, number 7.
Well, maybe he will get there.
I mean, they have to know he's in the paint, just patrolling.
He doesn't just block it lightly, does he?
No.
He likes to rear back and really hit it hard. They're going to bring Domingos and Morea back in the game. And Michael Roll to Abada.
Passed up the open shot.
And Moore called for another foul.
Another block again. I mean, it's an aggressive smack. He winds it up. As you see the FIBA media staff in the tribune back there.
Ooh, another missed free throw for Tunisia.
Well, it was their one weakest point coming into the game. They went 5 of 12 from the line against the Philippines.
They have been pretty good, though, up to now in this game, hadn't they?
Yeah, now 16 of 23. Angola, meanwhile, 12 of 13 from the free throw line.
I guess 70% is acceptable, isn't it? That's where they are. Joaquim thinks about taking on Mejri. Now the Morea. Back from Ben Rondon. Good help D by Obata.
Smartly pulls it out. Under 3 minutes to go. You got to use some clock. 5 stars for Tunisia, all over 30 minutes in this one.
Oh, Mejri putting up a 3. Well, you know he can hit it. And the type of game that he's having, you're not surprised that he hits it. There's Domingos, another block. He gets it back. Great play by Domingos.
Wow.
And Moraes hits a 3.
Domingos, as we see, smart play here by Roll. Thought about the alley-oop to Mejri. They pulled it back out, but Domingos, way to stay with the play. Sure we'll get a replay of that one shortly.
And that is 8 blocks now for Salah Mejri.
Uh-oh.
And the pass to Mejri, has to hustle. He does. And they aren't going to get the shot off. And in fact, Angola's got it. Moraes.
Mejri's out of the paint.
Look at the teams, boy, expending a lot of energy, a lot of effort now. Yannick Morea going right at Salah Mejri, and a foul called on the big Tunisian.
That's his 4th foul. Again, in disbelief. Thought he was just taking in the chest. That's it's not bad defense.
Yeah.
But this was great defense. Domingo staying with it, somehow catching it on the floor. See Mejri.
Well, they can ill afford to lose him in case the game goes to overtime, that's for sure.
Still a 6-point game.
High arcing shot from Yannick Morea. Boy, that was a terrific, terrific finish by him.
Yeah, over the outstretched arms of Mejri.
18 points. He has been breathtakingly good in the second half.
Yeah, Angola playing very well. Good hands.
Benramdam, Abada, Benramdam, and great play by Gonçalves to snatch the ball out of the air. Now he's going to hold up.
You got a mismatch inside. Joaquim rolls on his back.
Domingo. Morea. Oh, hang time, and
that's
to
5 on Mejri.
He has fouled Salah Mejri out of the game.
Oh, Jeff, this is getting very interesting. Another great pass, Domingos. Moreira, another flex, this time well-deserved.
Dare we say he has become the best player in the game? I mean, he has been utterly sensational, really, since he came back in the game in the second quarter.
Yep, 20 points now for Moreira, 8 rebounds. And a huge free throw.
And more importantly, he's gotten Mejri out of the game. Now there's nobody to protect that rim.
1-point game.
Even Mingosh is excited.
You expect Tunisia to go through roll here. Although no Mejri to set the screens for him. Again, this is going to be a phenomenal final minute of basketball.
Angola 13 of 14 at the line now. It's a big stat. Here's El Malbrook, drives in. Oh, what a finish from El Malbrook. But the travel wipes it out. I thought he had a Euro step.
Mejri can't believe it. You got to watch out for a technical foul. The team. So we'll get a chance to look at it a few times. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
It's one of those, it depends where you're from in the world. It is, again, I'm not refereeing this game. I was taught that move once upon a time by a Serbian player in Serbia. You might have remembered Batiroga, sorry, wow.
Batiroga,
loved
yeah.
that move.
MVP of the 98 World Cup. Well, they will no doubt go back and look at it. Let's listen to Coach Voigt.
Bom bloqueo, Lucchini. So Yannick, one last key, Lucchini, bloqueo. Now, Los, you read. Either way, if he's high side, cut here, right? Cut here. You can fake if he's low and then turn, okay? He's cutting either here or here, but it's quick, right? So if you can't get it, bloqueo and aquí, right? If they're lying, you just fake it, turn and attack. Something quick. Hey, she's contra, so defensive, sign spoken, right? If we miss, just defend without fouling.
So here's Moreira in the last few minutes. How clutch he's been, back-to-back baskets. We'll see if Will Voigt goes back to him here on this next very vital possession. First one with no Mejri inside.
Look at that, 21 points, 8 rebounds. And when he plays like this, he is tantalizing. And you know there must be a bunch of clubs out there thinking, why don't we try to sign this guy? He's amazing. Final Final minute, final 35 seconds. Moraes gets in the lane, loses it, gets it back, puts it up, and Ben Ramdam gets the rebound.
I'm saying don't foul, don't foul.
They've got to hurry, though, to get it across midcourt, and they do just in time. Michael Roll has it.
So they're not going to foul. Play this one out defensively.
6 seconds differential. They'll have to get the rebound if they get the stop.
Roll has to put it up here.
They get it. Hadidan.
Oh!
For the 3.
What a moment to hit your first shot of the game.
Wow. And they all go out to meet Hadidan at midcourt to celebrate. And Salah Mejri says, Coach, we don't want you to pick up a technical. We're going to take you back over to the bench.
Oh, that is just.
But that was
devastating.
The magnitude of that shot.
Devastating for Angola.
It was. I mean, they could not have played any better here. It's not over yet. 6 seconds.
Coming into this, close corner, right? One dribble, you screen.
3, yeah. Time 6.3.
So they're adding 0.3 of a second to the game clock. Angola will get to advance the ball over half court. They'll need a quick 2 or 3. Taking another look here. Hadidan barely had time to catch and get his feet set. Launches it. The man had not taken a shot the entire game, only came on the floor because Mejri had fouled out. And you see what it means to not just the players, but the fans as well.
Well, they would have liked to try to get a win of a substantial margin today, but at least if they win, Tunisia, they give themselves a chance to get that direct Olympic qualifying spot. They would need help from China, however. They would need a win.
So if you're Tunisia, important not to foul here and stop the clock.
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, do you
just let them
put your hands up?
Just play solid defense, force them to use up as much as clock as possible, not give up any uncontested shots.
You definitely don't foul the three-point shooter.
Don't foul the three-point shooter. And we've seen 4-point plays happen in these moments.
Yeah, both teams over the limit. So any fouls puts them on the line. Domingos gets it, puts it up from deep. And the follow, Domingos. They will count that. And crushing defeat for Angola, who just were absolutely brilliant in their comeback. You feel for them. Tunisia, though, I mean, they played so well in the first half and gave themselves a platform for victory, and they got just enough big plays late from a whole cast of characters. They escape. They win it 86-84. Now they'll monitor events between Nigeria and China. No doubt pulling for the Chinese.
Yeah, we were treated to a wonderful game of basketball, start to finish. And the fans showing their appreciation, not just the Tunisian fans, also all the other international and Chinese fans in the stands. 86-84, thanks to phenomenal shooting by both sides. Some great defense, of course, 8 blocks from Salah Mejri. And you see there, Palma talking to his former players. Again, a lot of love for these guys. Mingush playing so many games for Palma.
Just a great game of basketball. This classification round has been sensational, and I just wonder why Angola, they just didn't connect like this for the entire tournament, because if they had, you know, who knows what, you know, the possibilities. If they had really come out and played better against, they lost to Iran.
Yeah, they play like this against Iran. That's a different ball game for sure, especially offensively. I mean, 54% shooting, 13 of 14 from the foul line. 9 3-pointers, all in the losing effort. A lot of credit to Tunisia.
Took a great shot to beat him in the end. And that great shot was made by Hadidan.
And both teams over 20 assists.
Well, Hadidan had come in shooting 50% from three-point range. There you see. Numbers, Josh?
Again, both teams over 54% from the field overall. So great job by them. Turnovers were limited on both sides. The bench scoring from Angola, 33-5 advantage. Obviously, a lot of that was thanks to Domingos' 19 points. Moraes got it going down the stretch. It wasn't quite enough.
Roll finished 21, Ben Ramdam 20, Mesri 18. All those guys did a lot of other things as well. Morea was sensational, 21 points. Look at Domingos. Gerson Domingos with 19, and Joaquim also came out and had a strong performance. And just what was a terrific battle of African teams. And Mingash, you see being presented a signed jersey from, I'm guessing this. Is that from his teammates, or is that from Tunisia?
That's an Angolan jersey, and again, it's his
from
fifth
Angola.
World Cup.
Sorry, should say that. Obviously, it's Angolan, but
signed by his teammates. Again, 5 World Cups for the legend.
But look at that. Look at all the Tunisian players come over to congratulate him. I mean,
that's what it's all about, man.
That's how much he meant to international basketball, to Angolan basketball. And
we'll check out a number of highlights in this one. Some big clutch shots from both teams. So a great job. And yeah, Tunisia taking care of business once again.
Great game by Michael Roll today. Just came over to say hello. And obviously, always a joy to watch both of these teams, really. And I think what's really heartening is actually to see how they competed, about fierce competition, yet how these guys kind of embraced at the end of the game. I mean, that's the beauty of the sport. You know, a lot of these games end in different ways.
Makes me emotional, honestly.
It really does,
it's great because it's the best of both worlds. It's, you know, a lot of people will point to these games and say, oh, the relevance and so on. But, hey, they really matter now. Tunisia's still in the hunt for an Olympic berth, so definitely matters to every single fan of Tunisia. And meanwhile, to the fans who are here to actually see teams compete to the very last buzzer. I mean, Mesri, you know, talk about all the NBA guys who aren't here and whatnot. Well, he made his presence felt here the entire tournament. Didn't take a playoff. I mean, 8 blocks. It's ridiculous.
This was a huge play by Michael Roll. The shot clock winding down. You could see he waited just to the very last split second and made that shot. And then, of course, Mesri with his rim protection was unrivaled tonight. Even with that excellence, Yannick Morea came out and ended up fouling him out because Yannick Morea was sensational tonight. This was the big shot that iced it, really. Hadidan, Roll finding his teammate right at the end of the shot clock, and he made that, you can see, with 6.3 seconds to go. So all in all, just a wonderful basketball game, and one with very important implications. I still think we'll end up seeing Angola at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And really, if you watch this game and you're in charge of if you're in charge of this Angolan basketball, and you saw the job that Will Voigt did tonight, you have to be like, wow, we've got the right guy in charge. We need to make sure that we give him as much support as possible, because I think this is the man that can help us get back to the top. So all in all, wonderful performance. Thanks for watching, everybody, here in Beijing. The FIBA Basketball World Cup classification round, Group N. Here's how it stands. Tunisia finished top. Angola second. Iran and Philippines now can climb in the standings. Obviously, Iran, but it'll be Tunisia that finishes top. And very important game for Iran coming up as they battle the Philippines. Iran trying to pip China to that direct qualifying spot for Asia for the Olympics. So a lot of very significant, important basketball coming your way here from Beijing. And really another, what have we got, another 8 days of an incredible FIBA Basketball World Cup that we'll be involved with. So thanks for joining us. We'll be right back for the opening tip of that Iran-Philippines game. Thanks for watching, folks.